Yo, what is up, everybody? It is DJ Riley. I am here because I have a slip for Prizepicks that you can bet today on the NHL games, as well as showing you some knowledge of how I find these picks to be a profitable sports bettor. So this is the first pick that I have for you today. This is a 16x pick that you can tell right now in the link down in the description. But again, as I mentioned before, more importantly, what I want to do is kind of educate you on how you can become a profitable sports bettor. So we'll be taking a look at the stack that I use. So let's go ahead and jump into that. First thing that I like to use is this PropProfessor tool. Now, what this has gone ahead and filtered out to, as you can see here, is only these NHL games today. There's a lot of different sports going on, but I really wanted to target the NHL. Now, what is all of these values here? Well, these values here kind of devig from the rest of these sports books that you can see here, but we don't always want to just take those just because we want to take those, right? Not all of these are very good plays. So for instance, let's go ahead and let's look at this Michael Granlund play. And I apologize if I'm mispronouncing a lot of these, but let's go ahead and look at this. And we're looking at his over on points. So let's go here to players. Now what I do is I go over to Outlier. What I want to do is I want to look at their line movement. And what we're looking at is it was under or over his points. It was over his points. So we want to go to alt lines, look at over his points. And then what I want to hit is this line movement, because not every single time is that going to tell us the right thing. Now, what we're looking for is not all of these books. We don't really care a lot about a lot of these books because they aren't considered sharp, right? So we can take off Novig, Prizepicks. So these are really the books that I kind of care about. Now, what really sticks out to me is this FanDuel. I really prioritize FanDuel's props, their prop market. But what you can see here is this line kind of opened up here at minus 138. And now what we're sitting at is minus 128. So that's a 10 cents difference. You can start to see that they're moving up and up and up, meaning that they feel less confident in this player's over. Sure, yes, you are still getting better value if you do put this in slips on Prizepicks, because Prizepicks in 5 and 6 leg, you're getting technically minus 119, but we're still getting minus 28. This isn't trending in the right direction for me to necessarily feel comfortable with. So this is a stay away play for me. Now, why this is important is because of a play like this Krill, however you want to say his name. What you can see here, so let's take off some of these, clean this up. Pinnacle has indeed moved down. This line opened up at Pinnacle at minus 119. Now it's currently sitting at minus 147. And it's the same thing for a lot of these other books. Caesars is minus 120, and now you can see that at minus 132, so a 12 cents difference. But if you hop over to Prizepicks, let's go ahead and search Kirill. The last time I looked when I was trying to lock this in, yep, his Goblin is at minus or at 2.5. And then his Demon is at 4.5. So 3.5 isn't even offered. And when I was looking at PropProfessor, at the moment, it was only at 53.8. It's completely off the board because they've completely removed the prop. So anyways, that's exactly the knowledge that I will be using. So I saved you all of the time, energy, and effort because I gone ahead and found 2 plays using this model. And that is this Keandre Miller going under 1.5 shots. And as you can see here, let's go ahead and take a look at this, clean some of this up. Prizepicks, sleeper, blah, 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 blah. And there we go. So really what I like here is what you can see is this DraftKings has really opened up at minus 125. And now what we're seeing DraftKings at is minus 130. So it's a 5 cent difference. Pinnacle just released this line at minus 128. And we're also seeing Caesars have this as high. When they first opened this up, it was at minus 121, and now it's currently sitting at minus 132. So again, all of these are looking like they're starting to trend down, which is exactly what I want. So again, that means that hopefully our odds are going to continue to get better and better and better, and hopefully we can snag that before Prizepicks decides to make that a Goblin or just completely remove it like the previous play. So what I want to do here is take this Miller under 1.5 shots on goal. Now the next play was this Tyler Seguin play. And I want to look at the odd movement on this as well. Let's go ahead and clean some of this up. Some of these books we don't necessarily care about. And we can really start looking. So again, I don't really care about ESPN Bet either. So FanDuel, again, FanDuel opened up minus 122. They're currently sitting at minus 128, which is a 6 cents difference. Pinnacle as well, you can see it's dropped from minus 126 to minus 127. So only a 1 cent difference. But again, the point is that we're starting to see it trend down. So again, I really like this play here. for Tyler Seguin. Now, what I really struggled to find was another play, so I didn't take all of these plays. I already looked through all of these. Those are the two best plays that I found, and I was struggling to find another one that was kind of trending in my direction. Again, I don't want to just hammer on all of these just because I'm getting slight edge, right? You can really look at what those markets are starting to think and how the books are starting to react to certain things. So what I used was this current free model of SmartStake. Now here, I noticed that I could take this Morgan Riley over 0.5 player goals. Now, what are we following here? Well, we're following what these exchange markets are telling us. That is currently like PropProfessor and Novig, and all of these is where you can really see a lot of sharp models who are throwing down a ton of money on just particular plays. So what I saw here was this Morgan Riley. Someone has, or sharps have essentially put down 1.2 thousand for him to go over 0.5 goals. So what I wanted to do was essentially take that on Prizepicks. So if I went to Prizepicks, you could see that that Riley play was a goblin. So no, it's not this one. Did I misspell his name? Let's go back. Rielly. There we go. So as you can see here, that's his goals, and we want to take that over. So essentially all we're doing is we want to follow what these sharp models are telling us, and that's exactly why these exchanges are great. They can be incredibly difficult to bet on. There's kind of a lot of nuances whenever you bet on these exchanges, but this has been a very profitable model. And I've also, down in my premium Discord, have already dropped a couple of NHL money lines that you can take using this model, MLB money lines that you can take using this model. It's incredible. And another good one, if you wanted to take a look here, is the Kansas City Chiefs minus 12.5. Why is that so good? Well, currently there's $7.5 thousand in liquidity for the Chiefs to be winning, right? So you want to follow that. Someone has bet equivalent of $7.5 thousand for the Chiefs to win at minus 12.5. So what you want to do is on a sports book that you bet on, try to line shop on all the different books that you bet on for the best possible price. Now what it tells you here is that you can bet this at plus 110 on Bovada, and that's going to give you the best price there. You can go ahead and look through all of these as well, and kind of click through mine, or just a one click, and it'll go ahead and place the bet for you. So anyways, though, that's exactly how I built this, right? I looked at PropProfessor, found what these positive EV plays kind of to do my filtering, and then from there, I want to look at the line movement. Again, I don't want to just hammer all of those off. All of these are trending down, getting more negative, which is exactly what I want, because the idea is that we want closing line value. If we can buy something at minus 119 and it closes at minus 147, first off, that's insane. You're not going to see many plays like that, but also Prizepicks doesn't want you to kind of screw them over. So what are they going to do? They're going to remove it, or they're going to make a goblin, so that way your payout isn't as much. What we don't want is something like this, where we're starting to see like that FanDuel play trending up. So anyways, that is the idea. And then if you're looking for other stuff, I highly recommend using SmartStake. Again, I think you had to have a code for this. I was lucky enough to land a code for this and get that. And anyways, I want you to take advantage of this as well. So that's all that I have for you. That link is down in the description below if you did want to tail that play on Prizepicks today for 16x. Anyways, though, that's all that I've got for you. Best of luck betting, and I will see you tomorrow.